Neeko is amazing in the jungle. She is better than many of the supposed to be junglers, and somehow she is not even considered one. Like, look at her, she belongs with us. But if her image is not enough, let me show you why I think she should be. Neeko is an outstanding jungler first of all because she is really good at clearing the jungle, specifically at the first clear, which is where some junglers struggle. She can even start alone if you prefer to. Neeko has two abilities that deal pretty good AoE damage, perfect to clear raptors and crocs, and has a passive ability that makes her deal good basic damage against one target, pretty good against red, blue, or king grumpy. But I know what you may be thinking, what about the ganks? You know, the actual important task of the jungler. Well, this is where Neeko excels. The hardest part of a gank, while decisive is going to work or not, is getting to the lane before the enemy can escape to safety, right? And what better way to engage than by pretending you're a minion? You're gonna have the enemy team worried about every minion they see from now on, but still, if you don't want to rely on that, you can also use your W that gives you a little bit of invisibility and movement speed that a lot of times will be enough to catch the enemy champions red-handed. Once you are in range, you can hold the enemy with your E and ult if you are level 6 and deal amazing damage while you do it, either killing the enemy champion or leaving it with a little bit of HP left so your baby laner can take the kill, because we all know that's the actual role of the jungler, a babysitter. But well, after you are convinced Neeko is an amazing jungler, let's go to the runes, route, and equipment so you can destroy the rift with her too. You have a few options in runes, but this is the main one I recommend. We'll give you that extra damage so enemies don't escape with 1 HP left, or to erase them before they can even react. And the inspiration runes will make you have your smite, flash, and your active equipment faster, which you will be using a lot. Now, if you want to aim for late game massive damage, you can also go for this variation. The route is pretty straightforward. Just start with the buff that is closer to your bot lane and make your way to the top. Your first ability should be Q. It's the one that deals more damage. If you start on blue side, your second ability should be W, so you deal with Grumpy faster. If you start on red side, level up your E seconds, you deal more AoE damage against raptors and rocks. Now, like I said, remember that if you want to give your laners a little advantage, you can also start alone with raptors, and also enemies won't know where you started either, giving you the power of surprise. For the equipment, like with every champion, nothing is set in stone, everything depends on the match, but one of the basic ones is the Hextech rocket belt that will help you reach the enemy champions while you're charging your R. This is the way to go most of the time, especially if enemies have a lot of dashes, which in this League of Legends age, everyone has crazy shit, so yeah. As second item, the Natural Stealth gives you more IP and attack speed that you need to make the most out of your W passive ability. And from there, you can follow this list or just make your own depending on the match. It's important to remember that you will be hit when you try to gank. You don't have a flashing or dashing ability built in Neeko, so you're gonna take hits while you make your way to them with your R. Don't forget to equip some armor or magic resistance, is really important. Neeko ganks are the most freaking fun. You will be laughing a lot with her. Just copy the look of a minion and get to lane as one of them. Remember to walk in a straight line like they do. In my opinion, the mages are the safest bet, since you can join the lane being all the way back, and also you are away from the champion, so you won't receive any hits as soon as you arrive. If your laner has strong CC, wait for them to use it first, because sometimes your E can be difficult to land. Your engage should be E, R, and Q, followed by basic hits. If you're afraid of missing your E, you can also start with R, and remember to throw your E right after that to maximize the time they stay grounded. Like I said before, you can also gank from the sides by using your W right before leaving the bush to give you a tiny bit of time before the enemy spots you. Remember to throw your shadow backwards too, and apply the same logic. You can start with your ultimate if you feel they are going to dodge your E, and then use the rest of your abilities. But in my opinion, you should try to abuse the minion trick as much as you can. Honestly, it's the best thing ever, and if you lose, well, at least you would have had a good laugh. Neeko shouldn't be the first one to start a team fight unless you can catch the enemies distracted from one of the sides. Most of the time, your best bet is to let someone else start the fight so they don't see you going in. Each fight, of course, is different, but trying to catch as many enemies as you can with your R is always a safe bet. In some of them though, it would be better to aim for the one who is carrying the enemy team. Your combo will paralyze that champion for long enough to kill them. While your abilities are on cooldown, remember to keep your distance while hitting with your basic attacks, and you can save your W to escape if you're about to be killed. Well, I hope you enjoy Neeko in the jungle. She's great at everything that is required in the role. It honestly surprises me that not that many people use her. Let me know if you do. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see more jungle stuff, consider subscribing. It will help me a lot, and I'll see you next time.